Good day, everybody. How are you doing? We are already done with homeschooling and for this year, right? Of course. And we are just gonna start enjoying our summer break. Um, okay. So I was saying that we just finished our homeschooling year. And I just wanted to talk about not getting not getting tired, right? Not giving up because homeschooling can do that to you, and it can do it in different ways. So, for example, you started homeschooling this past year, and then it's something new, and you feel like you are not at the level where you need to be, or you didn't accomplish what you wanted to. And homeschooling, it's about trial and error. But the main thing that I always say is never give up and always have something to teach your children. So every day is being intentional that you're going to teach your children something. What do I mean by this? Is that you're going to have curriculum and you're going to buy curriculum, but that curriculum might not work. And the thing is that sometimes when we start homeschooling, we want something that will tell us what to do from A to Z. Um, and it's very difficult to accomplish that. And the reason why is because every child is different, every family is different, and everybody studies different. So, this is a part where it gets difficult because you want your children, like I said, you want your children to follow a curriculum or follow something that you have in your mind, but in reality, it's not that. But that's one, okay, that's one of the things that I'm mentioning right now that can happen. That you bought curriculum, but it was not working for you. Um, don't let money discourage you, okay, because maybe you spend on this curriculum and it was expensive but it didn't work out. So don't let money discourage you. um, what I recommend for curriculum is that if you bought a box curriculum or you bought something expensive or something that cost you, to put it away for a month, maybe a semester, um, and put it away and see where you stand. For example, let's say you put it away for 2 weeks and you're checking it out, and see and doing some other unit studies and other things that you have found. So then you can put that curriculum for sale. And believe it or not, there's people that are looking for used curriculum and they are looking for the set that you probably left. So I think that's the main thing here, that if it didn't work out, close the books, put them away, and go do something else. And what can you do? Well, there's different moms, different websites and things that provide actually cheap curriculum, free curriculum, and there's other things that you can do. You could just put them away and just go on field trips and not teach. You can do that. You cannot worry about teaching or that your kids need to learn something. Don't. Let your kids go to the museum and find their interest, and then you can do some research about it. And it does, unschooling. It's a little bit of, they lead you on where to they want to learn and where do they want to go. Um, and that's a way to do that, by putting the books away and just enjoying other things, unit studies and other things that you can do. Kids, when they're in elementary, they want to know everything. They want to research. They want to know everything. They want to know about sharks. They want to know about um, what's the even my kids know something. I forget, but it's it's an animal, and then it's in the marine life, and they love to talk about that. They love to talk about what's bigger, what's smaller, and they just love those things. So so you could just go interest led with your children while putting your books away and putting them, forget about it. Forget about the curriculum. Forget about the money you spend. And then you just try to find ways to recuperate that money by selling, that used curriculum. There's people that are really looking for that, and you can benefit them with whatever you have in your home. So that's one of the things that you can buy curriculum and it's not going to work. The other part is when you are working. And I have always been a working mom, but I have never worked. Well, yeah, I had worked full time, so forget it. So in that time, you can get worn out. It's a lot of work. It's a lot. So the main thing is always, I think, it's just putting the books away. If you're worn out, if you're tired, you're not going to be able to communicate the information that your kids need. So like I said, do interest led. Maybe focus only on English and math for them to do on that day. And then you can go and do something as nature or science or something else and do some research online. And I always go back to only one homeschool, because in only one homeschool you can just type whatever your kids want to learn, and it takes you to an interaction online. Of course, you need to be there, of them learning different things that they want to know, because yeah, like I said, their brain just keeps going and they want to learn more. So then only one homeschool has a lot of information that you can grasp and just grab different information from everywhere. And then you can go to the aquarium, or you can do whatever your kids want to learn about, depending on where they are. Maybe they want to learn about the human body, so you can go to the museum and learn about that. And you will dedicate the time to them in that level. So I think it's very important when you are worn out to remember that children are a blessing. And I know probably you know that, but your body is telling you otherwise. You feel like they're a hardship. And children are not a hardship. They're a blessing. And so they're a gift from the Lord. And your sacrifice now may not have any, how do I say, any answer or anything that you can see that your children are excelling, but you will see it in the future, where you're going to have fulfillment of all the work that you have done. So if you're tired and worn out, you got to look for solutions, and you got to find ways that you can make your teaching to be more or less of a work for you. And so there are different homeschooling curriculums out there that you're probably going to have to spend a little bit more money. And I'm talking to the working parents. But it will be a great solution for you. For example, you can spend money in a program like Abeka Academy, where you have the teaching done for you, and all you have to do is do the grading. So, and Abeka has different levels, and also you can choose whatever works for you, whatever you need. If you only need English, you can choose just English. If you need math, you can just choose math. If you just want those two subjects to be taught, you can choose those two subjects. And also there is BJU Press, which you can use too, which is sort of like Abeka. The differences are that Abeka is more traditional and BJU is more critical thinking. So that's where you have to decide and give a trial to one of them, and see if it works for your family and is the best fit for a working parent. For myself, this year, I probably will go with one of those for one subject only, because this year I have another goals as a working parent. So I need to see how can I fit those in, because it depends on what causes you stress or workload. It depends on what is causing more work in your family. Maybe your kid is not excelling at spelling, so maybe you need a language arts subject. Maybe they're not excelling at math, and you need something there that can support you. And so, like that, you get to choose what you need or what you don't need. So, it's very important that if you haven't finished your curriculum up until now, and your children are in the younger age, stop the curriculum. Stop it, and you continue when you are ready. Don't be afraid to do that. If you have been homeschooling every day and you have been trying to teach them something every day, and you are being and you know that you've tried and you've done videos or different things which you have been homeschooling every day, maybe not follow a worksheet, but you have been doing the homeschool. So what I mean is the teaching, right? Some way or the other. I hope this makes sense, and I hope that it has helped you some way. And always share my content, and follow me. I am gonna be making more videos right now that we're on a break. It's a lot easier this way, and I know I have promised a lot of things, but it's difficult with timing and everything that I have on my plate. But this is what I love to do, like I have always mentioned, and in one way or another, I hope that I'm being helpful to you. The goals are still there, but I think it's going to still take a little bit longer. I'm talking about the goals that I have had in this as La Familia Foundation. I'm going to take a little bit longer because I am doing other work too, and I'm homeschooling also. Have a baby, and it's just a lot. So for this year, my kids already were able to do testing because they're growing up. And so I did testing on all of them. And I wanted to show you how we broke it down. So for this time, we did Christian Liberty, and we got the CAT test. And I have this on my website. I shared it not too long ago here in the page. And you can see how to excuse me, how to do the testing. On this website, you can go in there. You have to choose the grade for your child, and you have to put the name. And then, they do a testing in the California test, a shipment. Well, that's the CAT test, the California shipment test. And they do reading vocabulary, reading comprehension, mathematic concept, mathematic computation, mathematic problems, language language capitalization, language punctuation, language uses in structure, and language spelling. Let's see if we can do that. Okay, and I broke it down in 3 days. And this is how we did it. But if they need more breaks and they're not wanting to do it, don't do it. Just go on another day. And this is for Abigail too, and it's the same thing. They did testing in all these areas. So this helped me to know where they are and what do we need to work on for next year. It gave me an idea of where we are, and also there is giving them an idea and preparing them for testing. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do any of this. If you don't want this in your family, you don't have to do any of it. I used it as a guidance. We wanted to do it with my husband, and we wanted to see where they are and what they need to work on. So by sharing this too, I gotta tell you that I chose a curriculum last year for my kids and all of that, but it didn't work out. And this year was a crazy year because of COVID. And then we moved states. And so it caused a lot of things that we had to do in between. I never stopped homeschooling. I continue homeschool one way or the other. But it brought a lot of, how do I say, setbacks because we were not fully homeschooling like we used to. So, within that being said, my kids got tired of that curriculum that I had bought for them, and they don't want to do it anymore. Now, when that happens, when your children want that, you can either continue and finish the curriculum. I mean, you find ways for them to finish it, or you, like I said, you drop the books, put it away. This didn't work out, and continue with something else. So by the end of the semester, we finished with, or the end of the semester, this last semester, we finished with all-in-one homeschool. And that's how we finished our homeschooling. And they love all-in-one homeschool, but I do see some areas that they do need some work on. And I'll be sharing that more when I already have chosen the new curriculum. And I will explain more why I feel like they need, help in that area. And this is so you can have an idea of things that happen when you are homeschooling. And then I also have to say, again, don't give up. If you have chosen something, if you feel like you're not a great teacher, or if you feel like homeschooling is not for you, because there's setbacks, because life takes over, because your children are going through hardship, because your kids don't want to do homeschool. There's so much, because sometimes your kids don't want to, and so you have to find ways to get them to do school, and you have to get creative. So all these topics I want to touch on this 6 weeks that we're going to be off, and so I can have a lot of content for you because I'm going to have a little bit of more time. And so you guys can see how to, touch these topics and maybe not give up or feel worn out. Now, that's natural. I have felt worn out too. But I always have to find answers and different curriculum, or maybe change this little thing that is not working for us and find a new program within that. And it's just that it's trial and error. Something is not working, you change it. Of course, that's the beauty of homeschooling. And not too long ago, I also was talking to another mom where I was telling her that, I think I mentioned it here too, where homeschooling, you get to focus on your kids and wherever they exceed the most, wherever they're not exceeding, and you get to dedicate that time to them, especially in whatever they need help the most, in whatever they are excelling. You can move them up if you want to, and you can do different things to help them out and to help them be better in that area where probably is not working, or you can help them be more successful. Now, as a homeschooling mom, you get to choose whatever you like, and whatever you find that it might work for your children, but always take in account your time. Because if you're working, take that in account that you are going to have to probably work more or dedicate more time or find someone to help you, depending on the programs that you choose. So just take that in account all the time, and always take into account your kids. See the way they are. And if you're not sure, talk to your husband, talk to people that see them often, to kind of have an idea of where your children might stand. Maybe you want them to excel in all these areas, but maybe they're not ready for it. It's not time yet. And so when your children are from preschool to, 9th, 10th grade, they have all the time to develop, and what you can do is maybe develop good discipline, good things that they need, and be constant with that. So then when they are ready for other things, you already have a plan or sort of an idea of where they can be. So like I said, I hope this has been helpful, and I hope you share, and I hope you continue liking my page and the things that I do. And I'll be sharing, hopefully sometime this week again, or not next week, the new curriculum that we're going to use for next year and what we're going to be doing for summer. All right. Thank you, and bye-bye.